you ask me, the most important piece, it's also adopt the knowledge, adopt what we studied, and not just keep it theoretical. So if we study something and we don't use it, it's gonna die.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Engati CX. I'm Soham and today we'll be talking to Misha Hanin. So let's just begin with a quick intro of Engati. Engati is the world's leading multilingual no-code chatbot platform available across 14 channels with 25,000 bots created across 186 countries in every domain and use case. Engati has also been recognized as a top platform by Inc.com, Tech World, CIO, and many others. We run the Engati blog, video channel, and the Engati CX podcast, receiving upwards of 3 lakh visitors annually. And now for our guest. Misha Hanin is the co-founder and CEO of Deep Dive and iRangers. He has more than 25 years of experience in the field of IT, infrastructure analysis, and design, implementing, innovating, and leading technologies for international companies around the globe in public and private sector. Misha leads a team of solution consultants who are dedicated to providing world-class client service. His commitment to asking the tough questions and giving honest answers make clients feel good about hearing the truth, no matter where they sit on the technology maturity curve. Misha, we are so thrilled to have you on board.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So, but before we dive into the interview and get the amazing insight by Misha himself, here's a quick announcement. We have something special for all of you, so stick around till the end of the interview. So let's dive into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So my first question is, how is tech helping in this COVID situation? Do you think we are using it to its full potential?
It's quite interesting question. So I would say definitely tech helps us a lot, and to all of us. And I'm glad to see that a lot of industries started to use tech even before they were even considering using some of the tech aspects. Honestly speaking, majority of industries use technology in some way of performs, but it wasn't in some of those industries. The tech wasn't in use like really heavily, and the COVID actually provoked, if I can use this word, the consumption of technology in really big way. And I do believe that a lot of industries and a lot of businesses that managed to adopt technology really fast during this COVID time, during this global lockdown, they actually have a chance to survive this economic crisis that we see as a result of COVID. Those industries, those businesses that were failing with technology adoption, probably we are not going to see them really soon, even if they're still alive, unfortunately.
Yeah, so as you said, this pandemic has accelerated the digital transformation, and companies are using tech now as they're not doing it before. So I think these times are changing. Everything is becoming digital right now.
Absolutely, and we see a huge demand on that. And a lot of questions from different industries, from different businesses, different people, literally from around the globe. Coming to us, asking for advice, talking about their pain in their business, and asking for help to build it, okay, to help them to go through this digital transformation that actually, the way they see it, they were forced to go through, okay? And we do all our best to participate in advisory meetings, to go with them, helping them to adjust their roadmap. Unfortunately, in some of those roadmaps, in some businesses, the old version, we don't see digital transformation even was mentioned. And now the priorities are changing, and we see businesses really talking about, okay, how tech can be in front of our roadmap, like as a first step they're going to do now, not tomorrow, not 3 months from now. So it's definitely interesting time from that perspective, for sure.
Yeah, so talking about digital transformation, the post-COVID era will be all about it. So what's your take on what aspects of transformations will gain more ground?
I do believe that COVID just initiated the digital transformation, and a lot of organizations they will keep going with this transformation, especially those businesses that manage to survive because of the technology, because they initiated digital transformation. They will start feeling this, this taste of technology and the benefit of technology. So they will keep going. Definitely, they will keep going, and it's not going to be something that they're gonna stop tomorrow or 6 months from now or year from now. So I do believe that we will start seeing a hockey stick of the technology adoption, and a lot of those technologies going to be something new for many of them. Okay, so we see quite big interest in AI, ML. We see interest in blockchain. We see big interest in chatbot technology. So we do believe that in probably 1 or 2 years, we will see enterprises, businesses, organizations consuming new technology in a way that technology people like you and me didn't even dream 2 years ago. Okay,
Exactly.
so this is definitely my belief.
Yeah, that's a great answer, Misha. So talking
Thank you.
about technologies, how will technologies like cloud and blockchain help businesses gain a competitive edge over the others?
I would say now we don't even have a choice, if I can say that. It's illogical not to consume cloud services. So time when we were sitting on a server and believed like, oh, it's my baby, I need to babysit it, and I need to deal with it. And like even if I will try to recall 10 years ago, when people were creating a server, they were assigning names to them. Oh, this is Mercury, this is Venera, this is the, like, really? But we were babysitting them. For a lot of organizations, those servers, they were like, oh, really important asset. And IT guys were thinking about this, like from that perspective. But by the end of the day, all this is done to support business, to allow business to grow. Business doesn't exist just to support the IT department. It's all around. IT department should do everything to support business growth. So with the cloud adoption, we're still consuming the same ecosystem, technology ecosystem, but we managed to scale really fast. We managed to scale down if needed, relatively fast. We are with the right architecture, and I need to highlight the word right architecture. The cloud adoption could be even cheaper and much scalable and much flexible. And nowadays, when we provision a new server, new instance in the cloud, we don't care about name, because now it's just some asset. So it's the server via VMZ 12354, whatever. Like if this server goes down, we just spin off the new one. If the time to recover it, it's more than 5 minutes, why even waste time? Auto provision the new one, keep going. The business should keep going and should operate. It's about business growth. It's about values that this business create, and not about particular server or instance of the particular application. So to achieve this mindset, we were forced to move to the cloud. To get to this level with the technology on premises, it's I would say it's almost impossible. Or even if you do it, you manage to do this, It's, I would say, illogical because the amount of investment that will be required to build this kind of technology in-house, it's just crazy. Okay, so cloud adoption around the globe was going really well for last 3 years. And again, COVID and pandemic, I would say, accelerated it. And those in enterprises that didn't consume cloud technology in the full potential, probably in the last 4 months, they accelerated, and what they plan to do with cloud in next 2-3 years, they probably did it in 4 months. And not probably, we see it. Like we're helping maybe to many of those enterprises to start consuming cloud with the speed of laser. So definitely it's there. Now talking about blockchain, it's also really interesting. Just in the last 4 months, we got so many requests about blockchain. We got calls in regards to our workshops that we do to enterprises, actually targeted to enterprises to help getting understanding if they really need the blockchain. Because of course, we started to hear a lot of buzz about blockchain during this pandemic. Oh, blockchain can help you here. Blockchain can help you there. It's like the best technology in the world. I do believe it's one of the best technologies in our times. But and I'm a huge fan of blockchain for enterprises. But I'm the guy that in many cases stands in front of executive board for big enterprises, and I'm explaining to them that, guys, I do believe that you can go without blockchain. You probably will get much better results without blockchain if you will do this and this and that. In some cases, they are unable to do this, and then we're switching back to blockchain adoption. But we definitely started to see a lot of demands, especially for our blockchain readiness assessment that we call it, where companies approaching us and we're stepping in, doing some business analysis. We're working with the executive board to understand the business flow and to see if really technology, and not even just a blockchain, will help them to achieve their desired KPIs. And if yes, we demonstrate how blockchain can help, what kind of blockchain we believe they should adopt, and how it should integrate with their current business flow, with their current applications that consumed by this enterprise, how to do interconnectivity and data flow between legacy applications and the cutting-edge technology like blockchain. So yeah, it definitely, this pandemic accelerated this like big time.
That was a lovely answer. I'm really impressed. Moving on to the next question. What do you believe lies in the future of conversational intelligence? How is it going to change the world of customer service?
I do see the wave, this wave going quite for a while. Like a lot of, especially online services, adopting the chatbot technology. I see those chatbots really leveraging NLP there when they communicate with customers. Sometimes when I need to get personally some answers from a customer service, it takes me time even to realize that I'm actually running conversation with a bot. So I'm glad to see that this technology is accelerating really fast. And definitely, like no doubt that this technology will scale, and the adoption of this technology will have this, as I call it, the hockey stick, and more and more enterprises will start consuming it. It's the technology evolution.
Yeah, even us at Engati, we believe
it's needed.
Yeah, humanizing the chatbot, giving a personal touch to every customer that talks to it, giving a human touch to it. That's really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, like I love to see when technology comes to life, not just from a perspective like, oh, we developed something new, here's the new technology. No, it's if it can take any technology and show it to the world, like, people, listen, this is how you people will benefit from this technology. Something tangible and something that people are really enjoying using and seeing the results from it. This is something that always growing. And chatbot, definitely it's one of those technologies that visible to the world almost immediately. Like if we will go back to the just 30 seconds ago when we discussed blockchain, it's something that a lot of people even don't see. They just see the application that actually executed on a blockchain platform, but they don't care if it's a blockchain or something else. When we talk about chatbots, it's absolutely different. They see it. They see this technology immediately. They feel it. So if it's done right, they love it. So yeah, it's definitely a future.
Exactly. Like we said, with technology developing so rapidly, what is the life cycle for any product or service in these times? How fast does a business need to keep updating their tech or service platform?
You know what? If you ask me, I think we need to eliminate word update at all in the technology. And give me a second, I will explain why I say so. Um, Back in the days, like let's go to 19th, okay? When we were just thinking of buying a computer, we were paying for a computer and it was like, oh, probably I will use it for 5 years in the best case scenario. Like some of us believe like, oh, I bought a computer and I'm gonna use it for a long time without even thinking when I will upgrade it. Then we discovered that the life cycle of equipment is about 3 years. With the time, we started to see that some of the applications, services, and equipment started to be refreshed every 3 years. Then we get to the point where we have the life cycle of, doesn't matter like if it's application, if it's a service, or if it's a server like hardware. We started to see that the life cycle is actually 1 year. How often do you replace your cell phone? Usually, like I know a lot of people that replace a cell phone every year, even like the moment they see the new model, it's get replaced. So now we're getting to the point when industry evolves so fast that we are not in the mode of upgrading anymore. We're in a mode of constant improvement. So it's a continuous improvement, continuous integration of the new services without upgrading. It's just, let's add something new and let's remove something that we don't need anymore. So it's a constant life cycle. So continuous integration, this is something that drives right now in technology. So we are not upgrading. Like for me, upgrade is like, oh, this is the iPhone version 5. I'm upgrading to iPhone version 11. This is upgrade. And now, okay, how I transfer all the applications, data, services to the new equipment. This is the upgrade. But we see, like, especially with cloud, especially with blockchain, there's no upgrade anymore. Like let's take a look on what Google does, what Amazon does, IBM, Microsoft. Like we're going to the cloud service, we don't even know in many cases what operating system they run on the backend. We don't care. We just need to have something that will execute our code. That's it. So I do believe it's going to be a continuous integration. And I see this a lot. And actually with this mindset, businesses and for enterprises, it's a huge shift, huge even mental shift, if you will. But with this continuous integration, we do see a really rapid growth of the new technology and rapid adoption of the new technology. Like if we'll take a look on Windows 10, Microsoft release continuous updates, and suddenly after a particular cumulative update, we receive like, oh, it's a new feature. Oh, something disappeared. Like, and it's kind of living organism, if you will. Okay, so it's not upgrade anymore. And with this continuous integration, if we will talk about it from the life cycle perspective, I do know organizations that adding something or changing something every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. And actually, one of the reasons why it's every 2 weeks and not, for example, every week, it's because of their software development life cycle that includes like really heavily developed security framework. And it takes them like a little bit more time to run whatever they develop through the security life cycle, and they decided not to do this every week. So think about it.
Yeah.
Would you imagine that development life cycle and adoption life cycle will be with the pace of every 2 weeks? Let's say even 2 years ago. Probably not, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I just love that part of the answer, which was also a question at the same time. How often do you change your phone? Like that was amazing.
Yeah. So I am a geek. I'm a geek, and inside me lives a big geek. So I love technology, and I switch phone. Like I kind of switch to the new phone almost every year. Okay. Sometimes I have multiple phones at the same time, just because I do some comparison, I do some validations, and I love to play with technology as well. Okay, so I really have multiple phones always with me, from multiple vendors and multiple operating systems as well. So it's me.
It's great. That's great. So the last question that I have for you is a open-ended one. So do you have any other thoughts that you'd like to leave our audiences with?
I will say that I believe in a constant improvement and a constant study. And we just need to go, all of us need to constantly keep going and studying new stuff. And if it's in a study of life or study of technology, we need to keep going. I don't believe in stagnation. I only believe in a progress. And for us as human beings to achieve this progress, we have to study new stuff every day. And the most important, if you will take this to the business side, if you ask me, the most important piece, it's also adopt the knowledge, adopt what we studied, and not just keep it theoretical. So if we study something and we don't use it, it's gonna die. So if we study something, we need to try it. We need to try it, we need to adopt it. And in some cases, it's not going to be successful on the first attempt. So let's go and let's try again and keep going. We need to keep going. So I would really encourage everybody in the world, whoever we're going to see this interview, please keep going, study, never give up. And I guarantee you will get the desired success. Simple like that.
That's a great advice. So thank you so much, Misha, for giving us your time. Your insights were really valuable, and I know that our audience is going to enjoy this interview. So if you've stuck around for this long, we are excited to announce that our ebook, The Evolution of Customer Experience, is out and available to download. Check the link in the description below for more details. We'll be back with a new episode with a brand new expert soon, so stay tuned, and we'll see you around for the next one.